Hodgetwins podcast. Yeah.
We got the third assassin over here. You want to bring him in?
Yeah. What was that all about?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Actually, remember the third
I remember
assassin?
his picture, and then I come out, and
Oh
I
my
see this
God.
guy's like,
How
I've
is he
seen
in
this
the-
guy before.
Why is he here?
Yeah, why is he here? He tried to
Oh
kill.
my God.
He tried to kill Trump.
This guy tried to. No. Hold up. What happened?
I don't know what the hell happened.
I'll tell you kind of like a little prelude.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
He had that same smirk on his face.
So the escalation, right? They went after us. They violated our individual rights. They censored us. They went after our Fourth Amendment, couldn't travel. Fifth Amendment, due process. We talked about going after the J6ers. And then they started assassinating, right? And then you got people throughout the country falsely accusing folks of attempted assassinations, right?
Right.
So remember the third assassin attempt that they claimed was a third assassin attempt?
Yeah, it
on
was
Donald
swept
Trump
under the rug.
at
Yeah,
the Coachella rally?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
all bullshit. It was completely all bullshit. So the sheriff out in California named Chad Scumbag Bianco, you heard of him?
No.
Yeah. It's good that you didn't.
He's the guy
So
running
Chad,
for governor.
hold on. Chad Scumbag Bianco falsely accuses a friend of mine, Vem Miller, of being the third assassin of Donald Trump.
Yeah, don't
Well,
look like he heard a
he
fly.
tells the feds that. So if he's lying, that's a Section 1001 violation, similar to what they're charging James Homie Comey with
Yeah, he's
for lying
running.
to Congress.
He's running for governor. You said.
So he's running for governor in California. Take it away. So this
Yeah.
is the guy that was accused
So
of being a third assassin.
Yeah, I seen his face plastered online.
yeah. So I mean, I've been trying to help the Patriot movement since 2018. I make content, I make documentaries. I'm from the TV world. Was a music video director for a real long time. Did videos for like DMX, Master P, John Mayer back in the early 2000s. And then once all this crazy stuff started happening, I started, approaching people like Ivan to help them out to expose what's going on. So part of the exposing aspect is we've done the Bundy Rand standoff expose, Bundy versus Deep State. We've done the California ballot fraud investigation. We actually found that they were using 100-something semi-trailers, 150 semi-trailers to transport illegal ballots. So while I'm doing all this stuff in the thick of it, I go to this California Coachella rally. Like 3 days before, I'm actually chasing semi-trailers with fake ballots, right? I find out about the Coachella rally because I'm a Trump caucus captain. I've actually worked with the Trump campaign, precinct captain. I say, hey, Jesse Law, who used to be the Clark County chairman here, could you get me a couple of tickets to go to this rally? I go to the rally. I happen to have a couple of firearms because 3 days before, I'm in this like one-horse town in California where there's a truck stop where these trucks that are transporting ballots are congregating, right? So I had my firearms in the back of my SUV. I drive to the parking lot of the rally. This is like 1.2 miles away from the rally. And I tell them, hey, I'm from Nevada. I'm out here doing some work. I'm with the Republican Party. Basically give my credentials because if you look me up and you just Google Vem Miller, you'll find that I'm a patriot. I've done tons of work, 1,000+ episodes of content, documentaries to really expose a lot of the stuff that Ivan, Mindy Robinson, and the folks that I'm in line with are working on. I tell these guys I got a couple of firearms. Next thing I know, I even offered for them to hang on to the firearms, and luckily I recorded all this stuff because I was having an interaction with police and having grown up in LA in the Rodney King days and the cops being what they are, they're pre-Rampart scandal. I know what cops could be like. So just to be safe, I have a little handheld recorder. I record this whole thing. Next thing I know, they're pulling me out of my car. They're arresting me. I wake up the next morning after I get out of jail. They threw me in jail for having these firearms. Next morning, Chad Bianco is announcing to the world that he caught the third Trump assassin. And not only does it say that he caught the third Trump assassin, he says that I made verbal statements when I arrived to the rally that I'm here to kill President fill in the blank. And this thing went super viral because he told this to the Epoch Times. And basically 48 hours of insane, I'm like on international news, something like 300 networks. I have to go on hiding. A lot of, could I cuss, like fuckery going on, and this lasted for months. It's actually it's ongoing here. And for about 13 months later, there's still repercussions from this guy's false accusations, because this thing was the biggest news. Like you Google my name, there's 40 pages of Is this guy a Trump assassin? He got falsely accused. You hear every version of the story looking at this, the articles that were out there. So that's a basic story. Now, Chad Bianco did this because that was his unofficial run for California governor. He's one of the leading candidates right now in the California governor's race. Incidentally, Fox News and all of them, they're covering up the story that he was a complete false accuser. Not to mention a lot of other stuff, like he knelt for BLM. He's a
Democrat, right?
He's a Republican, but he's a Johnny-come-lately MAGA Republican.
Let me interject.
You don't sound like a Republican.
So he knelt for remember last time we talked about Biden laptops matter? That's my BLM.
Right, yeah.
But he actually knelt to BLM. That were basically saying, "Oh, you got to kneel, take a knee, and basically suck us off."
He can't be
right?
Republican.
Yeah, so that's a Republican in California, running for governor, falsely accusing patriots in order to boost his name ID.
Wow.
He's using that as a mechanism to boost his name ID to run for governor.
Right.
While he's totally shitting on a patriot.
Right.
I'm fucking.
Do you have a case?
I'm gonna lose a fucking gasket if I keep talking about it.
I'm suing Bianco and Riverside County for $100 million. It's not really about the money, to be honest with you. If I cared about money, I would have stayed in Hollywood. I would have sold my soul there. And,
no, man, get paid, get your money, get your money right.
What's important is to hold this guy accountable. You know what I mean? Because the crazy thing I've noticed is, there's this thing right now in American culture where I don't think we sympathize with other people's suffering, which is crazy. And this goes for what happened with the J6 folks. You talk to the Democrats, they're almost like happy that Roseanne got murdered. You know what I mean? And this is wrong. This is going to destroy this country. This us not caring about stuff. And I've noticed that in my story. So rather than say my story like, hey, I'm the guy that got falsely accused and this guy carpet bombed my life, I start with, he has an 8% crime solving rate. That means he fails 92% of the time, right? He has the highest number of prison deaths, right? He has the highest number of fentanyl deaths that somehow are getting into his prisons, right?
So where does he work at right now?
He's a Riverside County sheriff that is running for California governor. And if you ask me, all the deep state players, all those individuals that we see are the paid influencers, incidentally, were the ones that were coming after me saying I'm an assassin. While you have the hardcore patriots like Ivan Raiklan, Mindy Robinson, who's sitting over there, frankly, these guys saved my life. They saved my life. They changed the narrative.
Noel
Fritsch is another one.
After he shared the recording, I was like, the evidence is clear. I mean, I heard the recording. He didn't do anything wrong. There's no attempted for anything. So now it comes down to the point of this guy lying publicly and to the Secret Service and the FBI when he claimed that this was Vem was the assassin. That's a federal fucking crime to.
Right. Yeah.
I don't care if you're a sheriff. And guess what? I don't care if you're a sheriff or doesn't matter. If you see how I roll, I'm coming for you. There's gonna be accountability. You asked me about accountability. Accountability is coming regardless of if the government is going to participate in it. And what that looks like for a private citizen like myself, I guess just stay tuned like the FBI says. There's different ways to hold people to account. One is through public exposure. And this is an opportunity to let people know that this Chad Bianco guy, I get it, he's a Republican. He's scum. We shouldn't even have him even in the primary. That guy needs to be yanked out and arrested and
Why
sitting
ain't this
in
a bigger
jail.
story among Republicans? This is the first I've ever heard of.
Because of the rhinos and these paid influencers that have infiltrated our side. There's this clear pattern here. For those people that just attack people for having words, when you look at those people, they're the same people that were coming after me. And I don't talk about Israel. That's not been a main topic of mine because I do investigative journalism. There's so many other things that I dedicate my time to, like the Bundy Ranch standoff that talks about how the U.S. government is stealing land. They want to get rid of the American rancher because they want us eating.
Hold on. Well, we're just going to talk about Chad Bianco. Relax. Go back. Get out of here.
Now have this guy been endorsed by Trump?
He actually was at Mar-a-Lago and the other guy?
Yeah, Bianco.
So he was at Mar-a-Lago in February after so his name's been pretty much cleared, but it hasn't been cleared enough to where people don't equate the false accusation with Chad Bianco. That's the kind of last step that we need to hold him to account. And he doesn't need to be running for governor or be governor. He needs to be prosecuted for completely destroying other people. Not only for that, but all the corruption that he's exposed now in his police force. He just had an interview with Lara Trump, unfortunately. He was on a show a couple days ago with Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly, Sean Kelly here locally in Vegas. And it's because people don't know about it. Sean Kelly asked me mentioned it on the show. I about flipped the fucking table. and started yelling at him for having him on the show. And he promised that he'd have Vem on to basically explain who this guy Chad Bianco is. But it's good because we get to the truth by having the conversation and bringing receipts.
Right.
And that's a lot of times the censorship doesn't allow for it. So going back to what I was going to say.
One last thing. Sorry I broke your guys' television earlier. I knocked the television. I ordered you guys a new one.
Dude,
Thank you so much for
you get a
having me
pass.
on the show.
Dude, you're white. I'm gonna give you a pass.
Thank you.
Man, I didn't know
If
Armenians
you're
like
black,
that.
I'm calling the cops.
He walks in here before we start the pod and just starts flipping everything around. I'm like, hey, that's my role, bro.